Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. To this video I'm talking about a major warning from Max Verstappen ahead of the British Grand Prix, as well as a key Adrian Newey update on the Aston Martin car. So let's start with Verstappen. Now this weekend it's the British Grand Prix, and one thing to note about the Silverstone track is that it's very much a power circuit. There aren't too many big braking zones and there are plenty of high-speed corners. And when you combine this with the long straights at the track, Verstappen believes that the Silverstone layout could expose a key limitation in the current F1 hybrid energy deployment systems. Now the underlying issue is not new in concept, but it becomes more visible at high-speed circuits where opportunities to recover and reuse electrical energy are limited relative to full throttle running. And after doing some simulator running, Verstappen believes that the Silverstone track could be very battery constrained, with him saying, as quoted by Planet F1, "Silverstone, I love the track, but I did a few laps on the simulator. I just started drafting. It felt like a different track, to be honest. You barely have battery around the lap. It's just constantly flat. So yes, it's going to feel very different compared to what we're used to around Silverstone because of the layout of the track. Here at the Red Bull Ring, you have long straights and big braking zones, so you can charge the battery. There you have long straights but into fast corners, for example, so you can't really charge the batteries. And in the next straight you don't have a lot to spend. It's going to be a tough one." Now make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my Formula 1 content and are kept up to date with F1 news. I've just reached 54,000 subscribers and your support and lovely comments are incredible and it means so much to me. Thank you so much for it. Now in my opinion, I think the battery situation has improved a bit as the season has gone on. I think teams have started to get on top of it. But at the same time, there's still a lot of work to do, and given the layout of Silverstone, in my opinion, I think it could end up being a bit like Australia. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So let's move on to Adrian Newey. Now recently, I did a video on Newey speaking about all the problems Aston Martin are facing, and if you want to find out more about that, I'll leave a link to a video I did in the description. Now Aston Martin have scored 1 point in 8 Grand Prix so far, with their short-term struggles increased by what Newey admits was the painful decision to not bring regular small updates to the AMR26 like the rest of the grid on a race-by-race basis until one larger overhaul was ready. But at the same time, Newey is convinced this approach will prove to be in the team's best long-term interests, with the first upgrade now confirmed for the Hungarian Grand Prix in July. And speaking about it in an interview for Aston Martin's website, Newey said, "We plan to introduce our upgrade in Hungary on both cars. The main structural elements remain the same. The chassis and gearbox architecture don't fundamentally change, but we've taken weight out of both, which required rehomologating and crash testing the forward chassis. The front suspension is unchanged. The rear suspension is slightly revised. We've developed a new nose and substantially revised aerodynamic surfaces. So while the core structure is similar, it's a big aerodynamic package coupled with significant weight reduction. The target is to get very close to the weight limit." But that's going to be the video from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.